here today to add my voice and my presence to a message I feel is really important, that we show that Canadians are welcoming to refugees, that people from all over the world are people, we're all human beings, and we need to understand that people need to have a place where they can live in safety and pursue their dreams and, be accepted.
You have to stay outside.
I'm here in solidarity with my Haitian brothers and sisters, and I'm born and raised in Haiti.
So, do you want to just tell me what the situation is like in Haiti right now that people are having to move to the U.S. and Canada?
Yeah. So we have a situation of crisis in Haiti that has not ended. It started with the coup of 2004, when the legitimate government was removed through a collaboration between the United States, France, Canada, and many European countries, who removed that government and replaced it by puppet governments. Now, when the earthquake happened in 2010, it made the situation worse, and a lot of people left the country. But now, 13 years after this coup, where there was a UN occupation force in Haiti, things have not improved. And when you see so many people leaving the country, it's a sign that the situation is very dire economically and politically for many of them. And some of these people that you see coming across the border are coming because there was a temporary status provided by the U.S. government that is clearly in jeopardy right now. However, it must be clear that it's not Trump who started the deportation of Haitians. Haitians were deported by the Obama regime as well, and Haitians are being deported by a number of countries. And so what we want to highlight here is that we need to have short-term solutions as well as long-term solutions. And in terms of short-term solutions, it's evident that a very generous country like Canada can afford to welcome these people, especially when they do have family members here and friends who can help support them. But that's a short-term solution. The long-term solution is to make sure that we no longer participate in coup d'etats in other people's countries, so that the Congolese don't need to leave the Congo, which is a rich country in Africa, or the Haitians leaving Haiti, so that people can live in their own country. So that means for us as Canadians, it's not sufficient to just give of our aid, which is good, to welcome the people, but we also need to be citizens of our own country and find out what is our foreign policy doing in those countries. So for instance, in Haiti, there are mining companies, Canadian mining companies, that are using the Haitian gold mines, and these things are happening in sub-optimal conditions, where instead of having a responsible Haitian state that would guarantee the environmental protection and the protection of the Haitian workers, what you have is a puppet regime that is making everything easy for the Canadian mining companies, but life very difficult for the Haitians. We need to solve those root problems so that people can stay in their country, just like we would like other people to come here and mess up Canada for us.
And do you think that this long-term solution is going to take place in the next decade or so? Like, do you see hope in sight?
It's up to us, the people. So as you can see, there are many people here who are deciding to be responsible Canadian citizens. So they came here to say to their brothers and sisters, welcome. That's a good start. But going further to watch what our government is doing in their foreign policy is something that activists need to continue to do. In terms of predicting the future, it's difficult. No one of us could have predicted that Donald Trump could become president of the United States. So all kinds of things are possible in this world. It all depends on what we do with our responsibilities as citizens.
Reaffirm our stance that there is no space and no platform for racist, xenophobic, anti-immigrant attitudes and rhetoric that hurt our collective efforts to establish a solidarity city.
There's been an attempt by racists in Quebec society and others to sort of blame all of society's problems on the backs of migrants, and you don't fight poverty and you don't fight precarity by blaming other people who are precarious. And so our main message is welcome migrants and refugees. We're also here to counter racists who are attempting to demonstrate. They were supposed to be closer to the Stade Saputo over there, but they canceled their demonstration, and they canceled it because they were afraid of our numbers and our presence. So that's an important victory for migrant justice movements here in Montreal. There's also specific policy things that we're demanding, like the end of the Safe Third Country Agreement, opening up of the borders, and the introduction of a regularization program for non-status people in Canada.
We have posters here that say refugees welcome, bring your families. It's one way.
Adequate. They've certainly done an okay job. They could probably maybe do a little bit better. I'm not completely unhappy with the job they've done. There's always room for improvement, but overall, I think that Canada has the right idea of, we see diversity as a strength. So I think that's a message that we need to keep promoting and keep educating people that diversity is a strength.
So far it's good, but last year 50% of the people who were welcome were returned. So if they take this as business as usual, it will be a crisis and a disaster for those people. Canada is a rich country. Canada has a tradition of welcoming refugees, and you know, many of these people that you see crossing the border, I mean, I'm going to be making a speech in a few minutes. One of the things that, you know, we can predict is that perhaps the next Canadian astronaut has just crossed the border. Okay, I mean, these are not bandits. Okay, some of the geniuses of the world are wasting away in all kinds of countries because we are not investing in human beings. So it's a matter of looking at this child who's crossing the border today as a human being and not as a threat. And that's the important thing. And I think that Canada, being a nation of immigrants, we can afford taking care of this little situation here.
I think they should be doing a hell of a lot more. We could be accepting a lot more people. The reason why people are coming like they are irregularly is because of the Safe Third Country Agreement, so they should cancel that agreement. This is a country, a province, and a city with significant resources. We should use those resources so people could be housed, where they have their own rooms and their own beds. So their response is not adequate enough.
Réfugiés! Bienvenue! Réfugiés! Bienvenue! Immigrants! Bienvenue! Immigrants! Bienvenue! Haïtiens! Bienvenue! Haïtiennes! Bienvenue! Mexicains! Bienvenue! Mexicaines! Bienvenue! OK, cool. Peut-être qu'on peut faire ça trilingue.